Hi, my name is Mamtaj Akter. I'm a PhD student at the University of Central Florida. I'll be presenting our work titled Examining Collaborative Support for Privacy and Security in the Broader Context of Tech Caregiving. We know that majority of the US adults have significant knowledge gaps regarding digital privacy and security, and they also lack a sense of control over the privacy of their information. Overall, people are concerned as they lack the knowledge about how their information is being used by third-party entities. To address this problem, researchers have begun to examine the importance of social support in managing security and privacy, such as the stories people tell that their families and friends about the security risks that they have encountered. In our prior work, we have explored the notion of community oversight, where trusted members of a community help one another in their digital privacy and security management. Much of this work relates to research demonstrating that loved ones often help each other with tech support and advice, a concept we refer to as tech caregiving. In this study, we explore collective security and privacy management within the broader context of tech caregiving done by close friends, families, and coworkers. Our goal is to understand how members in a community with different levels of knowledge regarding digital privacy and security can provide and receive tech care among themselves, and what type of tech advice and support they exchange. Overall, we wanted to examine whether such tech caregiving can have an impact on the collective capacity of a community in managing their digital privacy and security. This is a concept we refer to as community collective efficacy for privacy and security. Therefore, our work explores three research questions. First, how do tech caregivers differ from tech caregivees? Second, how does tech caregiving play a role in the formation of community collective efficacy for privacy and security? And the third research question is, how and through what means do tech caregivers provide support and advice to their networks? To answer these research questions, we conducted a web-based survey with 112 people between the ages of 13 and 78. Participants were recruited in 20 self-formed groups of 5 to 10 individuals who knew one another and had at least one person in their groups who identified as a tech caregiver. The survey was divided into the 5 sections. The first section was to gather the relationships among the group members and who they identify as caregivers or caregivees. We then asked about the types of advice given or received, as well as the communication media through which they provide this advice. The third section consisted of 2 individual level factor scales. The first one is self-efficacy, which is an individual's perceived capacity in making security and privacy decisions. And the next one is power uses, the degree to which an individual is a power user of technology. We then used 2 community level scales, one to measure participants' sense of community belonging, and the second one is a scale of community collective efficacy for privacy and security that we previously developed and validated. Finally, we asked a number of demographic questions. For our first research question, we examined the differences among the 4 constructs for both tech caregivers and tech caregivees, as well as the demographics which are reported in the paper. Here, we have found that tech caregivers reported significantly higher levels of power usage and self-efficacy for privacy and security than the tech caregivees. However, caregivers and caregivees did not significantly differ in terms of the community level factors, both in community belonging and community collective efficacy. So these results suggest that being part of the community may have strengthened the caregivees collective capacity for their making privacy and security decisions as a group. Our second research question was aimed at understanding whether tech caregiving can play a role in community collective efficacy. To that end, we conducted an exploratory path analysis to examine the significant relationships between the four constructs, with community collective efficacy as our outcome variable. We have found that the sense of community belonging was a significant factor in predicting higher levels of community collective efficacy. However, tech caregiving moderated the relationship between the power use and community belonging, such that tech caregivers who gave support to more people and who had higher score in power uses had a higher sense of community belonging as well. So our results suggest that to improve community collective efficacy, supporting for strong community belonging is important. And a possible way to increase community belonging is to encourage tech caregivers to help larger number of tech caregivees in their community. For our final research question, we asked participants to report on how and through what means they provided tech support within their group. We then qualitatively analyzed their open-ended responses. Participants reported that giving and getting support primarily happens through text messaging and phone calls. The most common types of support given and received were troubleshooting problems and getting help setting up their new devices. This finding actually demonstrates that how privacy and security support can be implicitly embedded in more general tech support. Interestingly, our findings did not give us any significant difference between the characteristics of tech caregivers and tech caregivees in terms of their community level factors. It may be because the caregivers acted as equalizers and their presence in the groups has sufficiently contributed to the entire group's community level factors. Yet further research is needed to investigate this possibility. Our findings also showed that community belonging is an important factor in the collaborative management of privacy and security. This suggests the potential usefulness of community-based tools that can be designed not only to support tech care, but also to strengthen community belonging among its members. One of the goals of our work was to examine community-based approaches to support community members in managing their collective security and privacy. Yet, in our open-ended questions, participants did not discuss much tech care specific to security and privacy issues. Rather, support for security and privacy was embedded in a broader range of support related to an individual's devices and settings. So we believe an important implication of our work for the security and privacy community is to examine how to support and motivate attention, particularly to security and privacy as part of the larger process of tech caregiving. Finally, I'd like to thank the co-authors of this paper and the NSF for supporting this work and all the participant groups who took part in this research. Thank you.